is our reporter, James.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. What's and what do you do?
My name's Sarah Leah Collum, and I'm the CEO of Dreamtime Creative. And we aspire to enable women and men to feel better about themselves through creativity.
What have you been doing? What have you been doing today?
Today's been all about sharing the story of Baroness Bacon. So we've done that through some drama and some spoken word here at Wakefield One, and it's been incredibly exciting because it's given Alice's story a real public voice, but it's also given us a public voice as well. So for the last 3-4 months we've been rehearsing and learning and practicing and performing in my studios down at Customs House and having kittens, really, you know, will we be ready, will we be ready? And then it's all come here today to just tell everybody as much as we can about Dame, or Baroness Bacon, then you call her Dame then.
Why is it so important in the international?
International Women's Day is still really important because there's still so many injustices around the world that women face every single day, and it's a way of highlighting that a lot of women succeed, but there are a lot of women that are unable to succeed because of the injustice that they face every day.
Can you just ask you about blue plaques, like about why you think, why there aren't enough blue plaques for women?
Okay, so in order to get a blue plaque, you have to be nominated. In order to be nominated, you have to be known about. And women, unfortunately, have been written out of history. So their achievements are ignored or sidelined or not mentioned. They're not reported in the newspaper. So people don't know about women who have achieved in our history. So it's really important that we bring these women forward so that they can be blue plaqued. Because what I want is for the women and girls and men to walk around Wakefield and go, oh, blue plaque to a woman, oh, blue plaque to a man, oh, blue plaque to a building, oh, another blue plaque to a woman, oh, there's another blue plaque to a woman. Clearly, the women have made a massive impact here in Wakefield. So that's what my pledge is to Wakefield, really, over the next 10 years. Because it's another 10 years before all women got the vote. So in 1928, all women got the vote. So I've got 10 years to get 50 blue plaques up, so that our girls, our daughters, our nieces, as well as our sons can go, well, of course, women made an important contribution to Wakefield society. So it's normal. So it becomes normal. Yeah, tell me about the project.
We're doing a project that one of these girls with people with disability.
That's so powerful. And so what's been your favourite part about your project?
Where it's about we're doing like an interviewing skills to learn about what we've been through.
And I think you're doing that incredibly well. You're standing really firmly, you're looking me in the eye, you're asking me really, really important questions, and you're listening to what I'm saying as well. So I think you've really got that. It's brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. So we need to bring more disabled people, shine a light on more disabled people and the injustices that they face, and then how they also are achieving and being supported by society. So that's brilliant. It's lovely to meet you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
And I just think it's not too far removed from where we are now, as our young people continue to be completely vilified by society. And that's something which Alice spoke out about. So we are all indebted to the Honourable Member for Birmingham Selly Oak for giving us the opportunity to debate a subject which is causing great concern for everybody. However, I cannot help thinking that perhaps we are debating the wrong motion, because this motion puts the juvenile in the dock. I think that today we ought to have been debating not only juvenile delinquency and crime, but adult crime as well, because it is not only among young people that one finds hooliganism. I wonder how old the people were who were responsible for hooliganism on the football trains. I have a feeling many of them were well over 21. Juvenile delinquency and hooliganism reflect the pattern amongst adults and the pattern in society generally. We've had a good debate today. The only part of it that I regretted was when two honourable gentlemen opposite sought to say that there was less juvenile delinquency in the public schools than there were in the state schools. As I tried to point out, The only figures we have are those in respect of the young people who came before the juvenile courts, and the chances of a boy at public school coming before a juvenile court are almost negligible. We know that outbreaks of juvenile delinquency have hit the headlines, but we must remember that for every case that hits the headlines, there are 100 law-abiding youngsters who are a credit to this country. There are no shortcut solutions to the problem. I do not believe that we can wake up one morning and find that it's been solved. We shall need to exercise patience and perseverance. Old restrictions have gone, and somehow we've not found anything to put in their place. We have a muddled and mixed up young people in a muddled and mixed up world. The example which adults show to young people at the present time is not always a particularly good one. Thank you.
My name is Ros. I'm Councillor Ros Lund. I'm councillor for a part of Wakefield called Wakefield East. It includes St Catherine's Church, where I think you meet sometimes. I'm here today because it's International Women's Day, and it's celebrating what women have achieved, and I think it tells us a bit more about what women need to achieve. I mean, in Wakefield we now have just under 50% of the council, I think 39 councillors out of 63 are women. And when I was first a councillor going back to 1982, it was less than double figures. So I think that's a fantastic progress. We've still got a way to go. We've got, I think, of the MPs representing the constituencies in Wakefield, I think 3 of those are women, so it's absolutely brilliant.
What we could do with?
I think certainly in terms of people reaching maybe the senior management levels, I think women have come into employment, but a lot of them are employed at sort of the lower levels, and I think maybe there's need to have more encouragement to reach the senior positions, but also I think we need to do more to help women get back into work and support them. And I think too there's always this thing that if you've got children and they fall sick, they always phone the mother up, they always expect the mother to come out, and I think maybe we could encourage men to share childcare a bit more evenly than they do. And my daughter had a baby just over a year ago, and her partner is extremely good at you know, she is one day off, he is one day off. They share the childcare in so much as it can be shared, and I think that's a really good example of helping women work, because sometimes when you're a woman and you're working, you're juggling, you've got to go home and do the shopping, you've got the washing to do.
That's right.
I think maybe more recognition that women have a real input to make, a valued input, but in order for that to happen you kind of need to share out the workload better between them. So you need to think about the ones at the top, but you also need to think about the ones maybe who, with a bit of encouragement, a bit of support, could do so much more than they are doing right now.
Why do you think having a blue flag like that, which is being unveiled today, is so important for women?
I think people don't always know what has been done. They kind of, this has just happened automatically, and it's only by the pioneering work of people like Alice Baker, who really sort of didn't just sit back, but really moved the whole thing forward in a very sort of positive way. And here's a local woman. This isn't somebody in London or somebody in a big city. This is a local woman who made a major contribution to developing rights for women, and that's, I think sometimes you might say, well, I can't do that, that's too far away. But here's someone who has roots, I think she's from Normanton essentially, but who has roots. And you say, well, she can do it. She lived down the road around a couple of corners. I can do it as well. It is possible for someone from the Wakefield area to go there and make a major contribution to women's rights and getting them, giving them the courage, I think, and the self-confidence to go out and say, I can do it.
Sir Carrot, we can do the same.
You can do it, yeah.
Yeah,
And they can
yeah.
do it. It isn't just women. I mean, I'm focusing very much on
Yeah.
women because it's International Women's Day. But yes, I mean, people from CoActive, why shouldn't they go out there and go out and get jobs and play a role that uses their abilities?